Hey guys, welcome to the 2015 Rod and Reel Arsenal. Planning on adding to this at the end of the year. I'll tell you what rod that is sooner, like probably the next month or now. So it's sort of a surprise. But right now I have Lews reels, and Shimano reels, and Bass Pro and P Fluger reel. Missing one for that rod, but we'll get to that some other time. But basically, start off the rods and reels for bait casting. This is a Kistler Pro Casting rod. It's 7'3", and it's a heavy action. I like this rod a lot. It's good for heavier baited stuff. So anything with big hooks, and this rod's perfect for that. It's incredibly sensitive, which is something I like about it too. Micro guides help out a lot. The reel I have on here is a tournament speed spool from Lews. It's just a tournament one. I've had this reel for about 4 years now, and it just holds up really well. I mean, I just throw everything at this reel. I throw it in the creeks. I do everything with in the creeks fishing goes. Done baits like saltwater fishing with that reel. It holds up really well. But yeah, that's that combo. It's a 7:1 gear ratio reel, and it just does a pretty good job. The next one is Duck Ghost 7'3", medium heavy, and it is fast action rod. It has a longer back end to it, which allows you to get a better hook set on those fish, and that's true. I mean, it does work pretty well. I've used this rod on frogs a little bit. I like this one, straight swim jigs. What else? Anything on Texas rigs, anything that's finesse too. With this not finesse, but like you kind of want a subtle cast in there. This rod does pretty good for that, even though it's a medium heavy. And it's pretty. And the reel is probably my favorite reel. Is it from Lews? It's a BB1 speed spool, and it's a 7:1 gear ratio. Let me tell you what, this reel is just phenomenal. Oh my word, I cannot stress how awesome that reel is. I could cast 50 yards across the pond with this reel. Let me tell you that. It's incredible. On like 17-pound test, I can still do that with probably. It's super smooth. I love it so much. I mean, if you guys can get this reel, I definitely recommend it. You will not be disappointed. Next one is a Powell Inferno. It's a 7-foot medium heavy rod. It holds up to pretty much decent sized crankbaits, anything from like big square bills to like medium divers. This is a 14-foot diver, so this is probably the deepest I'm going to go with it. Some chatterbaits work pretty well in this rod just because it's moderate bend. So it definitely holds those hooks into that fish really well when you need to. And pretty cool reel I have on here. It's really light. It's a Pro Tournament speed spool, and it matches up with this rod really well. They're both light, and that combo casts really far. I love it so much. Next one is my jerkbait and small crankbait rod. I use this also for spinnerbaits and small chatterbaits and stuff. But it is a Duck Ghost medium crankbait rod. It's a moderate bend to it, so it's not meant for like small Texas rigs and whatnot. But it's perfect for those small crankbaits, and it works really well. It's really fast and really light, so it's perfect for getting those accurate casts like under bushes and whatnot with those crankbaits. And the reel is probably not my favorite reel of all, but it's an okay reel. It's a Bass Pro Shops Pro Light Special. I mean, I've had some problems in the past with as far as the reel goes, like the handle, but it could probably be avoided if I do it right. But other than that, it's okay reel. And then this one is actually my favorite combo probably of all. It is a Shimano Camara. It's discontinued rod, but it's still an awesome rod. I would highly recommend it to somebody that wants to get a Camara. So this is a 7-foot medium heavy power, and then moderate fast action. So it's a little funny, but it's perfect for a topwater spook. And it's good for spearmint and chatterbaits. It holds up really well, and it's sensitive too. The MI10 graphite really does a pretty good job of telling you where their bites are. But yeah, and then this is a Shimano Corrado 6.3 to 1 gear ratio reel, and it's a pretty good braid reel. I'd probably recommend it to anybody that wants to get a Corrado. I would highly recommend it probably. But I mean, coming out with a new, they came out with a new Corrado, so that one's probably a little better than this one. But then my two spinning ones are St. Croix rods. And then this is a P Fluger reel and then a Shimano reel. This is a Mojo Bass. It's a 7 foot, and then it's a medium action rod. Only thing I would do about this rod is make it a little bit lighter, because that could probably help with the sensitivity too. And it's good for tubes and stuff, tubes and shaky heads. This one is good for drop shot, darter heads, as you guys can see, and little grubs. This rod's pretty good for. Caught a lot of fish with it in the past. I've caught my big smallmouth 20-incher on this, pretty fat, like almost a 5-pounder. But yeah, it handles up fish pretty well. I mean, as far as smaller baits go, good for creeks, good for even the river, like Susquehanna River. It's good for smallmouth, like smaller baits. But yeah, the reel on here is a medium light, and it's a fast action. It's 6'6". This one's 7 foot, and this rod on here is, I mean, this reel is going to be a Shimano Solstice 2500 size. It's a 6.3 to 1, I believe, and it does a pretty good job. It's fairly smooth, but the only thing I complain about it is probably because of me. But basically, since I fish creeks and rivers with it, a lot of sand and debris get inside the reel, so it's kind of tough getting rid of, keeping it clean. But and then finally, a rod without a reel. This is the first major bait casting rod I got, and now I don't have a reel for it. But it is a Powell Max. It's a 7 foot rod, extra fast action, medium heavy, and yeah, I mean, I don't really have any complaints about it. Is other than, like, I guess it could be more sensitive, but it's fairly sensitive, and I have no really other complaints about it. But they discontinued this rod, so can't get any more of them. But I probably put on another Lews on this rod, just because I like Lews a lot. They do a pretty good job of making reels. But then finally, the last rod I want to get, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to wait and see when I get out the video, but I think you guys will like it a lot. I'll give you a hint. That came out of iCast, and it has it's green and black, so you guys will have to guess what it is. But I'll do a review on it when it comes out, or when I get it. So if there's any other rods you want me to do like a close-up review on, just write in the comments below. And don't forget, guys, I do a subscribe first subscribe. So if you subscribe to me, I'm going to subscribe back to you. And check you guys out on another episode of Pennsylvania Bass Fishing. Thanks.